In this video, let's see a numerical problem based on the concept of inverse trigonometric functions. We have already seen some formulas which are used in this chapter, and we know that in this chapter the usage and application of formulas is very important. Let's see what this numerical problem has to say, and let's get started with the solution. Let's read the question together. So the question is basically a proof question. It says prove sine inverse 12 upon 13 plus cos inverse 4 upon 5 plus tan inverse 63 upon 16 is equal to pi. Now we know the formula of tan inverse A plus tan inverse B, or tan inverse X plus tan inverse Y, and we have also seen the proof. But do we know the treatment or the formulas for sine inverse, cos inverse? No, not exactly. So what we will be doing in this question is, we will be converting all the other terms other than tan inverse into tan inverse only. How? Let's see that. We will be drawing a right angle triangle, and we will take into consideration the first term, that is what? It is sine inverse 12 upon 13. So suppose this angle is theta. What is sine theta? As per this term, it is 12 upon 13, and sine theta is perpendicular upon hypotenuse. So sine theta, which is equal to perpendicular upon hypotenuse, is given to me as 12 upon 13. So it is perpendicular upon hypotenuse. Now do we know the Pythagoras theorem? Yes, we already know that hypotenuse square is equal to base square plus perpendicular square. So if this angle is 90 degree and 13 is my hypotenuse, what is the base? Base B has to be computed. It is what? According to the Pythagoras theorem, I write Pythagoras theorem here. According to Pythagoras theorem, hypotenuse square, which is h square, is equal to base square, which is b square, plus perpendicular square. Now what is the value of base? That we do not know. What is hypotenuse? That is 13, and 13 square makes it 169, which is base square as such remains there, plus perpendicular square. Perpendicular is what? It is the vertical side, which is 12 square, 144. In this manner, I have B, or the base, as under root 169 minus 144, which is 25. So my B, or the base, is basically 5. Now when B is 5, what is the purpose of finding B? I already told you I don't know the formulas of sine inverse, cos inverse, but yes, I know the formula of tan inverse. So we are going to find out tan theta from here. The value of B is 5. Let's write in the diagram. B is equal to 5. And what is tan theta from here? My tan theta is perpendicular upon base. Perpendicular P upon base B. P is given to me as 12. 13 is my hypotenuse. Base is 5. P upon B is what? P upon B is 12 upon B, which is 5. This is found out and kept aside. This will be used to solve the further part of the question. Let's make it in our box, and let's name it as equation number 1. This is done. The same procedure you are going to follow for what? You are going to follow for cos inverse. Again a right angle triangle, again having that theta or phi into consideration, again finding tan inverse. Let's do it quickly. We again have a right triangle, and this right triangle will have one angle as 90 degree. One angle here is theta. Let's name the other angle as phi. So it is phi. And what is cos phi? Cos phi is given to me as 4 upon 5, which is base upon hypotenuse, right? So cos phi, which is base upon hypotenuse, is given to me as 4 upon 5. That you can clarify and clear from the question, right? What is base? Base is 4. So base is 4. What is hypotenuse? Hypotenuse is 5. Let's write it here as 5. last but not the least side, one side is left. What is it? It is the perpendicular. What is perpendicular? That I need to find out. Again, I know the knowledge of Pythagoras theorem. The formula is written over here. Hypotenuse square is equal to base square plus perpendicular square. Same formula you are going to use, right? You put the values. What is hypotenuse square? It is 25. What is base square? B square. That means 4 square is 16 plus perpendicular square. Do I know the value of perpendicular? No, I don't. I need to find it out, right? So it is 25 minus 16, that is 9. 9 is equal to p square, but I don't need p square. I rather need the value of perpendicular, p. So p is what? It is root 9, which is 3. Now why did I find out p? Because I need it. We will be naming p here in the diagram. P is equal to 3. It is found out as 3. And again, as we found out tan theta, now my task is to find out tan phi. So what is tan phi? Tan phi is again perpendicular upon base, and which is equal to perpendicular value is 3. We found out now. What is base? Base is 4. Again, tan theta is equation number 1. What will be the equation number to tan phi? Equation number 2. So let's name this as equation number 2. Why are we doing all this stuff? We are basically doing all this because we need to substitute these values in the main equation and then go about solving the question. So just last few steps left to this question. Sine inverse 12 upon 13 now becomes what? Now becomes tan inverse 12 upon 5. Similarly, cos inverse 4 upon 5 becomes what? It becomes tan inverse 3 upon 4. Let's just focus on substituting the values. Sine inverse 12 upon 13 becomes tan inverse 12 upon 5, writing tan inverse 12 upon 5 plus the next term. Cos inverse 4 upon 5 becomes what? It becomes tan inverse 3 upon 4. And the third term is what? The third term is tan inverse 63 upon 16. Are we going to change this? No, because the values are changed just because we need everything is tan inverse. We have already done that, right? So it is tan inverse 63 upon 16. This is the left hand side of the question. Let's name it as LHS. We are going to prove this everything by solving equal to pi. Now, as simple as that, the formulas tan inverse x plus tan inverse y we have already studied in 3 cases. First, compute what is x. X is 12 upon 5 greater than 0, positive. What is y? Again positive. What is the product xy? Let's find out the product xy. 12 upon 5 into 3 upon 4. Xy is equal to 12 upon 5 into 3 upon 4. The things cancel as 4 ones are 4 3s are, right? So it becomes 9 upon 5, which is greater than 1, right? So x is greater than 0, y is greater than 0, xy is greater than 1. Hence, what is the formula used? Tan inverse x plus tan inverse y is equal to tan inverse x plus y upon 1 minus xy plus pi. The case 2 that we did, right? I'll be writing the formula first and then we'll proceed. So it is tan inverse x plus tan inverse y is equal to tan inverse x plus y upon 1 minus xy plus pi. Y plus pi because I know x and y are greater than 0 and xy is also greater than 1. The formula has to be written in a bracket or a big box. We can write it in a big box. Let's make it a bit constrained. Right. Now, what happens is xy is found out, only substitution of values is left. Quickly, let's go about solving. The first two terms are what? These two terms. Let's apply the formula on these. It is tan inverse x plus y. X plus y. That means 12 upon 5 plus 3 upon 4. 12 upon 5 plus 3 upon 4 upon 1 minus x into y. What was x into y? It was 9 upon 5. Remember, we found this out. It is 9 upon 5 plus what? Plus pi of the formula. So, plus pi of the formula, and then again the next term tan inverse 63 upon 16, right? So, it is tan inverse 63.16. Right. Now, solve this thing and then see what happens. I know the LCM of 5 and 4 is 20. Now 5 4s are 20, 12 4s are 48. Everybody can do this. It is simple solving. 5 4s is 20, 12 4s is 48 plus 4 5s is 20, 5 3s is 15 divided by what? 1 minus 9 upon 5. So what is 1 minus 9 upon 5? It is minus 4 upon 5 plus pi plus tan inverse 63 upon 16. These things don't change, right? I write it again. Let's make things more clear. Plus pi plus tan inverse 63 upon 16. It can be written downwards also. Right. Now you can solve it by yourself. This is tan inverse 63 upon 20 divided by minus 4 upon 5. Things cancel. How? This is 63, 5 1s are, 5 4s are. Let's solve this here. Let's create some space for the solution. I erase a bit part. Right. Let's move forward. I write the same last step again. So as to things making more clear, it is tan inverse 48 plus 15 is 63 upon 4. You see that it is divided by minus 4. Divided by minus 4. So 4 into 4 becomes 16. So let's write it 16 here. And this negative sign in the denominator shifts to the numerator. So it becomes minus 63 upon 16. Either write it in the numerator or write in the denominator, your wish. I write in the numerator. Right. Now it is plus pi plus tan inverse 63 upon 16 plus pi plus tan inverse 63 upon 16. Do we find something common? Yes, we do. It is tan inverse minus theta. It is tan inverse theta. These things cancel. What are we left with? We are left only with pi. And what were we supposed to prove? Here it is pi. Here we got pi. So this is equal to my RHS, and hence this question has been proved. So in this video we saw a numerical problem wherein we learned a few things. That yes, the formulas for tan are very much useful and applicable, but only when the terms are in tan. If the terms are in sine or cos or secant or cosecant, first we need to convert them into tan and then solve the question. How to convert into tan? Make right triangles, take angles theta and phi, and then proceed with the formulas.